For the ladies, man the rough one. That's right, time to rock the wine for the Rose birthday bash.
So, but this seems to be a continual thing, isn't it? All right, let's get this show on the road. What message do you have for us today, Spirit? Please. Also, I think I might put a shield of protection around, otherwise I pull the energy from the collective. What does the collective need to know, Spirit, please, and thank you. Hold on a minute. Sometimes I find it quite bizarre that it's like individuals left to dish out negativity, and then when they get it back, they don't like it. It's a big problem. I find that quite bizarre sometimes. But anyway, let's see what's going on. What's going on? What's going on, Spirit? What do we need to know? Oh, Queen of Cups. Ooh. I suppose a few of us can resonate with this Queen of Cups energy. Now, mind you, even though it's in the upright, people have to, what's the word? Shapeshift. So there's a Queen of Cups who's on a spiritual people. It could be man or women. It could be multiple. Doesn't make any difference. If it resonates, it resonates. Period. Point blank. Who are on their spiritual path to the Ace of Cups. For a lot of you, this is what you've always been destined for. You're on a path of knowledge and self-discovery, as well as creating spaces for your own introspection. You go within to seek knowledge and clarity and answers to questions that you may not be able to gain from others. So that is what you incorporate, is what I'm seeing, is the Ace of Cups. Anything you pour into, it fluctuates. I sense that a lot of you have probably poured into things and situations that you may not have got anything back from. For some of you, even it was downplayed, is what I sense, or just straight out denied. But clearly, you are exactly who you are. That's plain to see. I think you embrace it more yourself. You nurture yourself more. Whereas before, you may have supported others more than you supported yourself. Although you're compassionate and caring, you're highly intuitive and creative. So you create with other energies around you, but at the same time, you do have discernment, or you've learned to home in on your skill of discernment. Because there are a lot of deceitful individuals around. Tarot's on the bottom. So anything that's not meant for you will just fall apart and disintegrate. And those that build things on faulty grounds, that's the season that we're in. It's being stripped. Funny that we have the Four of Wands in the reverse. So that tells me you may have had some, or individuals may have had some type of instability around their home, or even transition into a new home. For some of you, you may have obtained properties immorally, which is on faulty ground. So yeah, you're losing it. You're losing something. So whatever it was only temporary. For those that was on the right path, whatever is meant for you will always be for you. We're in an age of where things like this won't be stolen. And then we've got the Five of Wands. So yeah, you've got people that are clearly jealous because the Five of Wands is in the upright. So there's competition. Everybody wanting to fight, everybody trying to cause conflict. Everybody's got a lot to say, but no one's listening. But they expect you, for some of you, it's like they like people to engage in the madness, because that just leads to chaos and illogical behavior or illogical ways of thinking, maybe even outbursts and doing things without actually taking into any kind of consideration. For some of you, that's lessons you've had to learn. For others, that's lessons you're gonna learn. It is what it is. Nine of Wands is on the bottom. That means you've been fighting through some type of adversity. So I sense that there's individuals out there that I thought if they probably just like ganged up and continued doing stupidness, that you're just gonna succumb to exhaustion. What they don't, oh yeah, there's a death here. What they don't realize is the light workers don't succumb to exhaustion. We know how to withdraw and recuperate and rejuvenate. So yeah, Chariot's here as well, the Chariot with the Death card. So for some of you, you've had to change your perspective, even change the way you are as a person. I'm talking like evolve, if that makes any sense. You can't stay the same individual and expect better options or a better lifestyle. It doesn't work like that. But for some of these people that choose not to do the work, they just choose to steal it from in other means, from other individuals. This is why you've got to be careful who you surround yourself with. Know who you surround yourself with. Be very choosy of who you surround yourself with. Yeah, because there's a lot of people out there that just straight want to backstab you. Because the Ten of Swords is out here. This could be the past. They may have backstabbed you in the past. What I'm also getting is you're gonna have individuals coming towards you that want to do exactly the same thing. So there's no honor in it. No matter how they dress it up or make it seem at the time, it's an illusion. And I think I can agree on that one. I've had people try to reach out to me when I knew I could just sense it was just on some bullshit. Do you understand? And then the minute the rejection came, that's when their true colors emerged. But they was always like that. They were just very covert in the way they cloaked their true intentions or cloaked their true energy, basically. And there's a lot of people out there like this. Again, some of these people are collected by your own family members. But even still, you're still moving forward. So even if they try to cause you an actual death or a death to everything in your life, that could be attacking everything you're passionate about or trying to disrupt it or destroy it in some way, shape, or form. That didn't end well for whoever these people are. Let me just say that. You're still moving forward regardless. That didn't stop you. Don't let it stop you. Five of Swords is on the bottom. Do you know what that tells me with the Five of Swords? They wanted you fighting a lose-lose situation. So they basically want you to engage in something that's not going to yield you anything, which doesn't make any sense. But again, there's people out there like that. So whilst you're distracted with things that ain't going to yield you nothing, do you understand? What they believe that you was passionate about, all of a sudden, that's their passion. Do you understand? And that's exactly what these people do. Or should I say that's exactly what they've been doing. But clearly they're not the authenticator of any of these things. So where are they getting their creative ideas from? Ooh, yeah. Take a big guess. What else, Spirit? What else does my collective need to know? This was when you have to guard your. Yep, see that Tower. Eight of Swords. The Tower to the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Swords. Damn, all these swords. Oh my goodness. So this is telling me because I'm quite sure that swords is air in it. So this is probably like gossip, possibly even going around to people that they believe that you may be affiliated with or are looking to try and get affiliated with, just to try and demoralize your name or be derogative on your character. Yes, there's been a lot of gossip. So now, whoever these individuals are or individuals that behave like this, whatever they plan to do or whatever they was doing this backfire. Now they're in the Nine of Swords. They're in the Eight and the Nine of Swords with the Tower. So that just tells me everything's blown up, everything's been exposed, or truths have been revealed that they was maybe keeping hidden or trying to deflect, possibly. But this Tower is here. So it's literally like whatever it is, the lid's been blown off of it. Let me just say that much. Whatever it is, the lid's been blown clean off. Yeah, because you chose to, with the Page of Swords, you chose to have a curious mind and to keep going on your path. So that just tells me people are trying to like downplay your ideas or your vision or your passions. So that just tells me there's talk. Even people say things like, oh, you're never going to amount to nothing in life. What you're doing is rubbish, so forth and so forth. Anybody that speaks to you on that level, stay away from them. Because there's something in them that doesn't like the fact of you like to take chances and take risks, like you follow your passions, you follow your heart's desires. regardless of how it looks to someone else. So that don't mean shit. Do you understand? For that's what you love to do, and you have a gift at that, ain't nothing but God can stop you. How about that? So yeah, they was trying to strip you of all these qualities about yourself. Do you understand? For some of you, they probably even made like, oh, you're delusional, you're crazy, you're this, that, and the fourth. You're nothing like that at all. You're a natural communicator. You always take the next steps, or you always take the most positive steps. So that tells me maybe in the past you may have resorted to going backwards or listening to these negative individuals. Do you understand? Maybe you allowed it to put you off. Not this time. So you can clearly see the pattern, the MO, the pattern of their behavior. They only do it at certain times, and the minute you're reaching a certain level to their disliking, which is crazy, yeah, they ramp shit up. Even going as far as probably sending people from your past towards you. Oh, what are you doing with yourself nowadays? Always trying to like put down something you're doing, trying to make it seem nefarious in some way, shape, or form. And in actual fact, their whole existence has been nefarious. It's like they do that to try and deflect from what they're really doing, if that makes any sense. There's a word for that as well. And then we have the Knight of Wands. Is that like for me, it could be anything. So it's like you just standing at your post, you're not being knocked off your path. You're charged up with your passion and energy, you're motivated, you're infused. You even motivate others. That's how deep it is. You know how to channel your energy through the right actions, and that's what fuels your confidence and your ambition. And in turn, this is what makes things happen. And I think people can witness this. And these are all the people that probably would downplay you or be like the naysayers. Oh, you're never going to do this. You're never going to do that. So I understand some people they just can't help themselves. I don't know which way to take this. The King of Swords has come out but it's kind of come out like half and half. So that tells me like someone like straddling the fence, so to speak. So this strikes me as a two-faced person, and that's not good. So if anybody around you, anybody around you that's like this, or you've seen characteristics like this, cut them off. Cut them off. Because I know you're in a powerful position and they don't like it. Some people are that twisted to believe that it should be them when they've not grown in the last 15 years. Like, come on now, let's be for real. It's like you stand for what you believe in. You say it with your whole chest and you stand on it. And this is what they don't like. Because these are the kind of individuals that strikes me as they like to follow the masses. They're easily led and easily swayed. Hold on, sometimes you just gotta give people a taste of the medicine. Excuse me. So yeah. So that tells me you're in a very enviable position. But you do use your analytical abilities and intellect to assess any given situation that comes to hand. Do you understand? It's like you have a very heightened gift of not being able to be distracted at the same time. You can react quick to situations that are in the best benefit for yourself and for your path, basically. So that kind of tells me that these people thought if they bombarded you, tried to like overwhelm you to get you to like slip up or act out of character or just totally snap is kind of like what I'm getting. So that just tells me if that never happened to you, that energy is going back to them, or that's the energy that they're being put in. Because you're a Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is in the upright. So that just tells me you're hardworking. In fact, you incorporate all the major arcanas. For some of you, it's like the universe has leveled you up in a sense, or you've gained some type of upgraded authority, so to speak, because you're trusted. Now you got to think, if the creator didn't trust you, you would never give you these positions, if that makes any sense. But at the same time, if you don't utilize it in the right way or for the best for humanity, yes, and the same way you get it, the same way you can lose it instantly. Do you understand? And I don't really think I'm not saying you won't get a second chance, but what I mean is it won't be as easy for you to obtain it back. And depending on your actions, you may not even attain it back. Do you understand? So in that sense, just be mindful. There's people out there trying to like push you into some type of traps or set you up in some way, shape, or form, only for the benefit of themselves. That's how deep-seated and deep-rooted this envy and jealousy is. To the point of now, it's literally like it's kind of like that thing called the blob, innit? It started off small, then it just got out of control, and I was spilling out all over society. Do you understand? Like that. Yep, see it there. I told you you've been spiritually upranked or universally upranked. High Priestess is out here. So that just tells me you're in tune with your intuition. You're very perceptive. All your senses are very heightened. So you would notice that because you may have gone through what's the word? Ascension symptoms. It can come in different shapes and forms for different people. Do you understand? It just depends on what your path is. Sometimes it may even feel like an attack. Do you understand? But the fact that you know how to go within to get the answers you seek is what has yielded you not only this authority, but this position, period. And the fact that you're trusted, again. You're trusted to do the right thing. Maybe people was given these positions in the past and they just completely abused it. So that also tells me there's probably people out there that have been given certain positions or falsely obtained certain positions, broke some type of spiritual law, universal law. And I won't want to know the karma of that, so that can stay where it needs to stay. I don't want to be a part of that one. Definitely not. But yeah. So whether they like it or not, oh my days, that flew clear up in the air. Hold on. Yeah. So what Spirit decided to flip clear over the table, like literally up in the air and over the other side of the table on the floor. Literally like 15 feet away from me. Come on now. It's the Two of Pentacles in the upright. Which tells me, which is just confirming, isn't it? The tests you've endured, the attacks you've endured, you still remained balanced. As stressful and as tiring as it may have been at times, you still remained level-headed and balanced. You know how can I say? Like you know how to stay balanced and perform in the midst of storms and chaos, if that makes any sense. Like you didn't let certain things distract you, or if anything did kind of distract you or knock you off kilter for a split second, you was able to, or your guides assisted you in realigning yourself instantly. Which for some it would take longer, but for those that are seasoned to this, it's literally instantaneous. Like it's literally by the next day, boom. And I still think that's not easy to master, is what I do know clearly. So yeah, and it's funny because it's how you know when people send a negative energy as well. People that are not strong spiritually and not consciously aware is like they bear the brunt of it. Again, because I have a neighbor, and it's so funny. I did say from I think it was last week when they was having some type of episode, but the thing is never happened before. It's literally like I said, in it, when you got a lot of individuals all trying to send some type of energy towards you, it's not going to go to you. It's not going to come near you. In fact, it's going to attach to the anybody that's in that energy. So clearly, the person above you must be in that energy. Because again, he's still doing the same madness. To me, the devil wakes work for idle hands. So maybe he's being used as a vessel to just irritate and antagonize my existence, which is futile to say the least. Do you understand? In fact, it's quite comical at this point. Again, when I said about the patterns, doing the same things over and over again, knowing full well it's an irritant to you. So I know how to proceed forward. And especially when you um, try and communicate with them to let them know, and they just completely ignore you and carry on, if not do it even more, that's a sign there, clear sign. And I see clearly exactly what it is. And I will proceed forward accordingly. It is what it is. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think a lot of us are experiencing this in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be exactly like that, but you can resonate. So we've got the wands are out. Exactly, wands is fire. So that tells me the 9 of wands and the 3 of wands with the ace of wands. That's like saying someone was trying to like have control over another being. That's not going to fly at all. I mean, even with you being wounded and facing adversity and exhaustion, you still stand tall and strong, resilient and persistent. They don't like that. What they believe would weaken you because maybe it weakened others, it didn't. I think it has made you more determined and just fueled you even more. Do you understand? Maybe you wasn't like that in the past. Maybe that would be the one thing to set you off, so to speak. And of course, for some of you, these people have been watching your whole existence, so they know exactly how to push your buttons, or they thought. Do you understand? Maybe they don't like the fact of before, maybe you was very reserved, withdrawn, but now you're in the 3 of wands, you're out of your comfort zone. You're exploring things, exploring new opportunities, helping you to grow and develop. You're expanding, you're covering new ground, and your horizons are looking beautiful. I just keep seeing, like, when the sun comes up over, like, when the sun rises, like sunrise as it's coming up type of thing. I can see that in the distance of like fields. I don't know why I'm thinking fields of clover. It's like there's some like high grass with like some beautiful flowers, butterflies even. over leaning and overhanging trees, big old trees that you can just lean against and just take a moment, daydream a little, in fact. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, if it resonates, it resonates. If it don't, let it float. So yeah. So the Ace of Wands is just clarifying your high motivation, energized. It's like you're being bombarded with new ideas that is going to inspire your growth with a world of possibilities. This is why it's important for people to follow your passion. Don't listen to the naysayers. Ain't got nothing to do with them. Look at that Ace of Pentacles on the bottom. This is what's going to lead to your abundance. Or maybe this can lead to a destiny opening up for you all the more, if that makes any sense. Because I do sense a lot of people are trying to, yeah, see it there? Trying to burden you with their bullshit. This is why I said you've got to be careful who you allow around you. You've got to be careful who you surround yourself with. Because the Ten of Wands out, that just tells me maybe you was burdened with or weighed down with things that was not even nothing to do with you. But you was weighed down with other people's burdens purely because maybe you helped the wrong individuals. Again, it's like it just keeps taking me back to the origin of these burdens in the first place, which is your own karmic family members, or the fact that some of us had to break generational curses, bloodline curses, all of that kind of shit. And clearly they must have been demonic for them not to want anyone that's chosen by the ancestors to break these cycles. So clearly that tells me that these people battled for the other side. No resentment there, but it is what it is, isn't it? That's their choice at the end of the day. So clearly this kind of gives me the energy of individuals of a mature nature that clearly utilize and use the younger generations to do their dirty work, not realizing that they're setting themselves up for failure. And that's exactly what's playing out. That's exactly what is happening currently. So yeah, so they're being burdened with the same burdens that he burdened others with. So I'm not sure how far or how many decades or how many generations this shit goes back, but yeah, they're getting it all. They're getting it all, because for some of you, these people believe that they was untouchable. Because they use a lot of dark energy to get their own way or to get things to go their way. Deliberately. Especially when they was in the wrong or they was the wrongdoers. So that's like telling me they wanted the innocent punished for the actions of the wicked. I have a strong sense that that's what they've been doing. Is that they actually find this amusing, that they've been doing this for so long and getting away with it. No consequences until now. And it was easy to do this with, how can I say, keeping individuals in a certain frequency. Does that make any sense? It's just like, have you ever wondered to yourself, when you know something is no good, or you know people are don't ever keep their word, but yet though, although you forgive them, you keep allowing them back around you, you keep going back around these people. That wasn't new. They was doing spell work on you. Do you understand? To plant themselves in your mind, to plant themselves in your thought process. Do you understand? So for some of you, it's like they was puppeting a lot of you. And they actually found this funny. Do you understand? This was like, it's like your life and how they was torturing you was their amusement. So that clearly shows that they've been doing this. This ain't their first rodeo. This is what they do. Do you understand? To have it mastered to this extent, this is what they've always done. So maybe that's what they came to do in their karmic past lives. But they chose not to ascend. They chose to stay doing this evil shit. Do you understand? Yeah, we got the Knight of Swords on the bottom. That shows me some type of swift action. It's your drive is swift, ambitious. I think for some of you, it's like once you get that energy, you just dive in. There's no like dipping your toe, do you know what I mean? Or like wait until the perfect moment. Oh no. Once you get that go, you just dive straight in there. But you're confident about anything you do. Now don't get me wrong, it is good to have that energy, but at the same time, it's also essential to have other things in place in the sense of do a bit more research. Because it can come across a bit impulsive, I get that. And sometimes it may not always go the way you hoped it would. And that's fine. It just means that maybe it's not the right time. Or maybe whatever it was ain't really for you. And that can happen sometimes. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. Exactly. Look, the world is on the bottom too. So is your time. Or you can see it as the world is watching you. The world is guiding you. The world is protecting you. The world knows who you are. The world sees you. So for some of you, they may have been trying to cloak you to keep you hidden so that people couldn't see who you truly was. That was a bad idea. For some of you, they were trying to make you seem like them and them seem like you, which is a bit twisted. But we're dealing with unhealed, bitter, very resentful individuals. Do you understand? These are individuals that don't take accountability. So now it's time for you to celebrate all your successes and the fact that you completed whatever it was you had to endure. What did I just hear that? For some, I don't know why people think that. I'm hearing for some people, you made it look effortless. So however you do things, people are watching. But maybe the way you present yourself or the way you look, people just assume it was effortless. But then when they try to do it, they can't. That's because there's more to it than what they're seeing. Do you understand me? Or what they're spying on, so to speak. So you've closed many old chapters. Maybe you're trying to keep things open. I don't know. Because it's different for everybody, isn't it? You have to close certain chapters in order to open another one. So that's like saying, oh, I've closed this chapter. And then a few weeks or a few months in, because obviously when you're doing things for a long time, it is kind of hard to transition, if that makes any sense. But you've got to stick to it because that's the scheme of the enemy. Do you understand? They always like to try and pull you back into a situation that you know is not serving you no purpose. That's clear to see. Again, family members are at the top of the list because they choose to stay in that. Whether if that's their karmic path, I have no idea. But what I do know is they are the catalyst of a lot of things. But yeah, Maybe you did do that for a minute and then you changed. Do you understand? You fight it to keep pushing forward. So this is when these people thought, I know, we can't have this, so we got to go and involve other people. And for some of you, it's probably because they've been stealing from you. Yeah, that's spell work. Magician and the reverse, they've been using forbidden magic and darker energies and darker forces to do what they was doing or to accomplish what they was doing. Maybe they assumed you was doing the same thing, but you didn't. I even go as far as to say is maybe they even spoke on it and said that's what you was doing. And you've been proven you've not done that. Do you understand? So it just makes people see exactly who the true perpetrators was. Yeah, they was using dark means for material gain, money basically. And they do say money's the root of all evil, right? Exactly. This is the everyday tarot deck. Or maybe they was trying to use magic to make you contact them or go back to them or reach out to them in some way, shape, or form. Knowing full well you're not going to forget what they've done. You know what they've done. So there's no amount of magic that they can do to remove that memory from your psyche. Do you understand? Just because you don't let it affect you or affect your life going forward doesn't mean you've forgotten. So this is where these people got you all the way effed up. Do you understand? Yeah, look at that. Justice is on the bottom. That's exactly what we stand for, but they don't. They stand for injustices. They like to play judge, jury, and executioner on picking victims to take the brunt of their crimes or their actions that they've committed. But you understand cause and effect, and you know that certain choices have consequences. And you're not looking for that. You equalize and you balance. And you look for the most positive outcome, the most fairest outcome for everybody, not just yourself. Whereas these people don't give a damn about nobody. Do you understand? Not even their own kids. They just see their kids as collateral, another source of energy. So many people are so far in the dark, they had to use their own kids to do certain demonic energy attacks towards other people, or to do some type of magic, or to use their own children's energy to attack other people. That's disgusting. But yet they expect to be respected. Make that make sense. How? How does that translate? That's not logical. But with them, exactly. Okay, so some of you are in Hierophant energy, so you're getting love. So maybe people was turned against you, lied on you. So maybe people are gonna be remorseful. But let's be clear: the people that are involved, they're not remorseful. They're not remorseful at all. They're just pissed at the fact that they've been exposed. That's it. That's it, and that's all. And the fact that they cannot fool you anymore. Do you understand? There's nothing they can say to put a wool over your eyes. Again, it was just a means to an end. They don't want to just use you for their own benefit. For some of you, they was trafficking you to certain individuals. That's what they do. Once they find a level of potent energy like that, they like to traffic it. So they sell it to their little affiliates, so to speak. But you stood to your path. You got your ancestors walking with you. And this also lets me know that a lot of these people are actually in the church. So these are people claiming to be like Christians. It could be any religion. But I do get religious organizations that whatever services they're given in the daytime, that's just a guise for more darker deeds they're doing under the cover of darkness. That's being exposed too. Oh, look there. The devil's right behind it. Yeah, that's who they support. That's who they support. So this explains why they seem to be expanding lucratively whilst their same congregation is struggling and suffering. Make that make sense? So it's like they made their congregation their prey. That's who they prey on. Disgusting. But for the ones on the right path, for the ones that completed whatever tasks they was given, you're about to be sitting pretty. You're being crowned with something. You're being crowned with happiness, joy, success, love, friendship, trust, loyalty, honesty, all the things you was deprived of is being returned to you in abundance, as I'm getting. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, this was a good one. Thank you, Spirit. Oh my days. I've never had one to this magnitude of detail. This is amazing. And this is probably why they do things to people the way they do. Because we know that they follow and track you. There was a guy, I think it was yesterday, and he was saying, "Oh, how come my phone knows that I like this, that, and the third?" And I looked at the phone he had, and I thought to myself, "Is he really asking that question? Like, is he just trying to be funny?" Because I already knew that this is why I cover mines up anyway. That they're all in your phones, all in your devices. They're watching everything you do anyway. Trying to take pictures and images of you. So it's like whatever phone or console you have or device you have, it actually scans your frequency. For some of you, I'm not sure how they're doing it, but it's like they try to manipulate how you think, or they try to put things up on your For You page to make you to change your mood. It's just all a trick to keep you at a lower vibration, so that they can drag you back into the matrix system. That's all that is. That's what that is. That's as clear as day. Because I noticed when I didn't have it on, when I just had it clear and open, it affects your eyes. It does affect your mood at times. Like there's no middle ground. It's like you're either feeling really pissed off or super depressed that you just don't want to do nothing. That's exactly what they want. Do you understand? Because the longer you stay in that type of momentum, it's like you're telling the universe, this is what I want. So then it's going to send you more of what they perceive as what you want, and that's not what you want. And that's what that is. So I suggest if you haven't, get some covers for your devices, front and back, and cover them. Only remove them when you're going to use them. And it's the same when I said about, if you look back on my post, going back, I think it was 2023, and I said about the EMF in the devices. Like when you're on the phone for too long, or you'll get people that deliberately keep you on the phone for no reason, just chatting pure fluff. And the next thing you know, you're tired and you've got condensation in the phone and condensation in your ear, not realizing it's just frazzling your brain cells. Again, It's literally like his siphoning energies, your frequency or your essence, something like that. Even in earphones, and apparently, allegedly, but I actually saw posts about this. That they're specifically they're in all AirPods and things like that, and wireless headphones and stuff like that. But it's at a higher level in iPhone ones and Apple ones. Mm-hmm. So it can even actually affect your mood and change your brain frequency and shit like that. And I believe that because you know what? When I used to have AirPods and I spent a lot of money on them, I thought, oh, this is the best thing to do. No, it wasn't. And then I had to go and get another pair because for some reason, they don't last long. So that's another thing. You're paying all this money for a device that doesn't last long enough for the money you paid for it. And I noticed it too. It's like not only will people antagonize you because people are going to be people, and so it is what it is. But I kind of felt like I just want to snap on people. So I even ask myself like, why does it agitate me so much, or why does it irritate me so much? Come to find out, it was the bloody AirPods. I kid you not. So I stopped using them. I absolutely did. I stopped using them, and lo and behold. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then the more they see you react to certain things, is the more they do it. That's what they do. They like to do that. Yeah. The more they see you do something, because the more they see you react to something or be pissed off by something, is the more they do it. Now I'm gonna pull from. I've not done these for ages. It's the chakra ones. I'm not done for a long time. I do the chakra ones, and I'll do the. I just did the everyday tarot deck. That was the first one I did. Let me see what magical tarot has first, and then I'll do the chakra ones. I've not done them for a while. Because they're just some big ass cards. That's why my hand can't even fit around it. Literally, I got to do it in like segments. And at some point, I even thought, well, is my hand shrinking? But I doubt that. It's just that these cards are just getting bigger. So yeah, let me get something from the Magic of Tarot deck. Excuse me. All right, let's see. Let's see. What have you got for us, Spirit? What have you got for us? Although they have the same images on different decks have slightly different meanings, if that makes any sense. So yeah, let me see what these ones have. Clear and precise, accurate messages for the collective spirit, please. Thank you. What do we need to know at this time? Currently, spirit, please. Thank you. Good, bad, or indifferent. Karmic and collective energy, spirit, please, and thank you. What does the collective need to know, spirit? We got the strength card out. Anything else? Ooh. The Knight of Pentacles. Let's see. Yep. They're in the upright, so I suppose that's a good thing. The Queen of Wands, that just shows about your, just remember, it can be, even though it says the Queen of Wands, it doesn't, it's gender fluid, put that way, so it could be male or female. It just means that you're in balance with both your feminine and masculine energy. So the Queen of Wands, sorry, is you're showing your creativity, your passion, and you're very nurturing. It's like you're a social influencer. To me, it's like you're both comforting and uplifting with a very instinctive understanding of others' needs. So that tells me you've got certain gifts where you can see things that people may not see in their self, but you can see beyond the physical is what I'm trying to say. And you're a great company to be around in any given situation. You're very inspiring. You like to give people ideas and activities, maybe how to involve themselves in communicating more or communicating better. It's like you're trained in some type of public speaking or teaching, maybe in like art or writing form. That's just an example, anyway. Just an example. So, yeah, I think that is very apparent. And also, because you're a Queen of Swords as well, so I think you have all the Arcanas. So that this tells me you're very gifted and you're very protected of those you love. You give praises where it's warranted, and you challenge what needs to be challenged. You're a firm ally to have, but you will always put your own interests first. It doesn't denote from who you are. Maybe in the past you used to put others before yourself. You're very strong and you're very independent, whether you're in a relationship or not. Do you understand? That's clear to see. Maybe you was not like that before, but you've learned to rely on yourself, maybe from all the letdowns and disappointments and betrayals. Do you understand? So in a sense, it's like all the abuse that you endured didn't break you, it molded you. It awakened you to who you truly was. So as bad as it might have been, like what you had to endure, see it as a blessing. Do you understand? It's either a blessing or a lesson. That's what I always say. It's either a blessing or a lesson. Yeah, you've got the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles in this deck just means that you're making progress in business and affairs. You like to deal with practical solutions. You always get where you need to go. But there's no rush, if that makes any sense. You've got your own pace. You're steadfast. You want to be steadfast rather than inspiring. Even though you do hold a lot of creativity. You exhibit a lot of trust, honesty, and loyalty. I think that shines mostly in your energy, if that makes any sense. Or people can see that more in your energy. So yeah, put it where it needs to fit. If it resonates, it does. If it don't, let it float. So yeah, and then we have the Strength. This is, do you know, sometimes you don't think you can do something. Never tell yourself that. Always try, because I used to do exactly the same thing. The same thing again is like you're telling the universe to give you more of what you can't do or what you find difficult. If that makes any sense. It may resonate different with other people, but yeah. So the Strength card in this deck is just meaning that Sometimes there may be situations you may intuitively get a response from, but you need to take a gentler approach in order to ascertain the best resolution to be reached. It's like rather than slaying a situation, try and negotiate in a calm, controlling manner. That will bring like integration and inner strength. And just kind of just add to what you've already accomplished, to be quite honest with you. And then you've got the temperance. For me, this is about growth, fluidity, finances. I mean, you manage to balance a lot of things, whereas maybe you didn't before. Maybe you didn't have the means. But like I said, things can change. You are who you are. For some of you, you're not here to be liked. But a lot of people have that thing where it's like they cannot hack the fact that they may not get on with someone or someone may not like them. Don't let that affect you. That is just the balance of the earth. Not everybody's going to like you. Do you understand? You're not going to gel with everybody. You're not supposed to. You need to remember that you're supposed to stand out. You're supposed to be individual. Don't shrink yourself just to fit how someone else feels about themselves. Do you understand? Whether that be a person, place, thing, or situation, makes no difference. Don't do it. Because all you do is balance anything you get, any situation you are part of, you always balance it out. That's what your energy does. The purity of your energy balance things out. This is why have you noticed like how like animals are drawn to you, other people's animals. Do you understand? People just tell you their life story without, like strangers, I mean, will tell you their life story without even knowing them at all from a hole in the wall. You could be giving some directions, and all of a sudden, because your energy is so comforting, it's like it feels safe to be around you. And to me, that's an honor to have that type of energy, you know? You're very harmonious. You embrace equilibrium. Equilibrium. What is that? Is that like another word for balance? Do you understand the triggers of your past behaviors? In order to not go backwards, for some of you, that just says to me that, again, maybe you would use things as an excuse to just resort back to old patterns and old behaviors that you know isn't serving you any purpose. So that just tells me with what the work that you've done is kind of, what's the word I want to use? It's allowed you to gain the aspects in the sense of, you know, your triggers, so you can kind of foresee things before it has a chance to even intercept you or even have any effect on you. So you detour. That just tells me that your spirit team are on it. They're on the ball. Like for instance, I've ever noticed, like if you're walking into a situation or even going along a path where something's been placed there deliberately to chip you up in some way, shape, or form, you'll be walking, and then because I've done this myself. I'll be walking, yeah, because I like routine, but like I said, these people like to stalk your routine in order to intercept you. That's why you always got to change it up. So anyway, you'll be walking somewhere, and then for some odd reason, out of nowhere, you just divert another direction instantly. And then you're asking yourself, why did I do that? Do you understand? Like that. That's what that means. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. Those that know. Oops. Come on. Am I going to spend the whole time picking up cards off the floor? So we now have the again, the Seven of Wands is just clarification of how you defend yourself and defend your work and your values. With others probably trying to compete with you, challenge your position, challenge your decisions, challenge things you say. It's like people don't want to see you be successful because they ain't. Or people that are in positions of success will probably be jealous or want to compete with you because they're intimidated by your potential and they don't want to see you or they know you would progress straight past them. Do you understand? So people that feel like that, I think, are quite sad. But just know that the effort you've been putting in will be worthwhile. And the reward at the end of it is yours. Do you understand? Regardless of these people have been trying to steal it, manipulate themselves into whatever position. Do you understand? Perceive themselves, impersonate themselves to try and be being exactly who you are. Who you was created to be, might I add. And for the Page of Swords in this deck, it just means it's in the upright as well. This means you've got blessings coming, good tidings. You may have people that want to support what you're doing, maybe even give you a bit of knowledge because you're eager to learn and you love to progress. What you've learned intelligence-wise already shines. Sometimes you can be a shrewd judge of yourself. Don't. It is what it is. But you're not a fool. So you know how to muster your wits to stay ahead. Sometimes you know how to avoid disputes, but you also know how to negotiate. So you can kind of see when someone's trying to like raise bait you or incite some type of argument. Do you understand? You can feel that frequency straight off the bat. You don't even have to engage with it. Do you understand? You see it. As they deliver it to you, you know exactly what it is. You know how to move accordingly. And that's something you've had to, maybe you as an individual that was always thought you had to respond or you always reacted. And that's another one where I say that these people, these puppeteers, so to speak, they enjoy things like that. Because that's their way of continuing to push their false narratives. That's like telling me that for some of you, they was actually using magic to do this. Do you understand? But once you're awakened to it and awakened to your own self-consciousness, that doesn't work anymore. Why did that flower look like that? Oh gosh. Oh. Collective. Now that's funny. The way that flew on the chakra deck is weird. The Two of Wands flew on the chakra on the pack. For some of you, you're about to have some type of creative partnership because you're a good planner. You make good decisions. And you kind of, because you're a visionary, you make sure that ideas are realized. And it also indicates material stability. And you're path for financial success. You're already on it. Because you know your skills and you believe in yourself. And you don't doubt yourself. Maybe other people might doubt you, but that's their energies. You don't have to absorb that. You don't have to accept that. That's their perspective. That's their opinion. That has no bearing on you, period. There'll be great partnerships in any enterprise or personal relationships. Your efforts will always be rewarded because you are who you say you are. Do you understand? And you stand on it. Regardless of whatever situation you're put in, you stand on it. And that's not taken away from whatever people choose to do, because I'm not talking about others, talking about yourself. Do you understand? So for me, that just confirms that sometimes people believe that if they assist in making shit harder for you or taking everything away from you that matters, i.e. stealing your shit, stealing your finances, then they can push you into lowering your standards down to their own beliefs, because that's what they chose to do. So that they're trying to force you to be just like them. That's not going to fly. So clearly, if that's their thought process, that clearly shows that they've done this to other people. And I hope the people that they've done this to, if they're still here, I hope they're awoken to this. Do you understand? And I hope they step away from individuals that do things like this. Because this is wrong on every level. It's despicable, in fact. Absolutely despicable. Talk about zero accountability. And at the same time that they drag these people down to making the same decisions as them, whatever path that individual was on, they will then step into that path like they earned it. Disgusting. Disgusting. I hope people like this never find me. So, and then we got the sun in the upright, which brings joy, success, protection, and creativity. So that's like creativity has been confirmed multiple times now. So this is probably the energy that they're in. You're going to get more of it. It's like you enjoy the genuineness of your accomplishment. For some of you, you're about to have some type of creativity rewarded. You're going to be crowned with glory on your endeavors, which is also leading you to love, vitality, holidays. And so this is the time for creativity, guys. This is what's going to benefit you. Heat, light, vision, comfort, growth is yours for you to embark on, whether you're doing it now or you're going to do it or you're doing it now, whichever one it goes. Anything you embark on is going to be blessed because you're blessed. You're blessed with good fortune. You're blessed with support. You're blessed with love. You're blessed with everything, basically. It's like you're a safe refuge. Even though you've been fraught with constant challenges, irritations, attacks, do you know how to beckon or find your sanctuary? For some of you, you even create your own sanctuary amidst all these things going on, which is good. No, I think that's like a level of skill, don't you think? I do. I think that's like a level of skill. So some of you could be seeing 2-2. We got the Two of Cups. Oh. We got the stop here. We got the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. Okay. That's like, do you know what? They all came out in a row, man. All three cups came out in a row. Mess about. I like when it comes out like that. Oh, it's like blessings upon blessings upon blessings. You know what the Ace of Cups is, isn't it? It's like you're embodying your feminine energy. And love. It's like you embrace unconditional love. That's what you emit. I think this is probably what draws people to you. Good and bad, might I add. Good and bad. Definitely. I think that's a lot to rack your mind around, isn't it? You're like a flower that has blossomed spiritually. You have very interesting artistic pursuits, so that's good. So the Two of Cups, that's more along the lines of commitments. So that tells me you're drawing a lot of attention. It doesn't have to be romantically. It could be partnerships, friendships, but it will be rewarding because you love to reach agreements harmoniously, regardless of how you feel about the situation. Do you understand? You're very emotionally mature. So clearly, there's a lot of emotionally immature individuals floating around. Clearly, so yeah, the Eight of Cups is just it's like it's clarifying the Two of Cups, which is just major turnabouts. It might be like a bit emotional for some of you. Could obviously you're gonna have a lot of people having a lot of things to say, but it's focus on establishing good relationships, safeguarding your future, even though you've had to go through a lot of hurtful emotional situation. This would be the best for you long term. Just remember, all difficulties will pass. Do you know what I mean? As long as you do what you need to do, that's all that matters. You'll always be protected and guided. Period. Any more stuff? Oh, the usual. The usual, guys. The usual. So, the Five of Swords. This tells me, like, listen, you can't please everybody. Some people just ain't gonna like you because it's you. Some people ain't gonna like you because maybe what you do, the position you have, what you're talented at, what you're skilled at, which is crazy. That should inspire people to tap into their own creativity. Do you know what I mean? That's one thing I can never really wrap my brain around, and I choose not to burden myself with that. Maybe in the past you may have let pride prevent you from taking yourself away from situations or people that never had your best interest at heart. But you do know is more, it shows more courage within you when you just walk away. Don't even argue. Don't go back and forth. That's a waste of energy because it's negative. But you get some people that thrive off of that negative energy. This is why they like to engage in petty arguments. That's not serving no purpose. But it's benefiting them because they get a kick out of it. So that's like some very sick individuals. I'll just say that. Very sick individuals. So yeah, always be mindful of that also. Do you understand? But for the most part, you've learned and you've grown. Maybe you didn't before. Maybe you did engage with the back and forth. So clearly you see it for what it is and you choose to just turn your back on it. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Do you understand? Why sidetrack yourself? It's literally just a waste of energy. It's a waste of brain cells. Do you understand? And what do you gain out of it? Nothing. But because of a negative energy, people that thrive low vibrationally, they're the only ones that's going to benefit out of that. So why even give them that? Now, the Magician card in this deck just means just confirming your well, for you to realize, or you've realized that you have all the ingredients you need at your disposal to further your success. But now is a fortuitous time for you to keep pushing through and acting on your dreams and aspirations, basically. Even if it may not be positive, still look at every situation in a positive light. I get that. Don't just which some of you may have done this as well. I know I have. Reject offers straight off the bat. Even though, like I said, you have got people out there trying to dupe people into making fake agreements so that they can benefit them, but then it'd be a loss for you. As long as you do your research, cross all your T's, dot all your I's, you'll be all right. Do you understand? You're about to make some important decisions. That could be journey, creativity, travel, but you're confident. You're very confident in your ability to manage whatever it is that's coming next. I mean, you've managed your life so far on all levels. So just remember that you're blessed with energy and support of those around you. Do you know what I mean? That means your spirit team, even people that you may not have come into contact with that's probably watching, you get that as well. Weird but true, but it is what it is. Yeah, look at that, 9 of Pentacles. This is your path to abundance and success. It's clear to see. You may not have been able to see it before, but you had a strong knowing. You had a strong feeling. Do you know what I mean? Even when you wasn't sure, you stayed steadfast. I didn't know that's even a word. Stop it. Yeah, you're about to take off on some type of leisurely experience. I think you deserve a break, literally. Yeah, because you do walk in order, you live in order. You don't live in chaos and low vibrational madness. You might have done in the past, but no, you don't do that. Because a lot of people, I think, want to, I don't know, be friends with you, get to know you a bit better. They may not be taking the best action, so to speak, but that could just be nerves, isn't it? Because you know, people, when they're nervous or what's the word? Even threatened, but in a good way. Instead of just asking, they don't know what to do. So this is why communication is essential. Do you understand? So yeah, that's what I'm gonna shed on that one. Let me get a few from the chakra deck, and then I'm gonna jump off. That's to speak. Jump off, darling. Jump off. Let's close this. Must I pull some of the Do, 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 do. So let me see what the chakras have to say. I have been meaning to pull from this deck a few times and I didn't. And I don't know why I did that for some odd reason. But I'm doing it now. So I'm about to pull from the Chakra Wisdom Tarot deck. Guys and girls. And anybody else. LGBTQ. And whatever other letters is on there. I don't discriminate. I elevate. I don't discriminate. So, Spirit, can I get something on these Chakra Wisdom decks? What does my collective need to know? Who's not aligned or who's missing? Who's out of line? Even could be slightly. Listen to some frequency music as well. That helps. That helps. So yeah, as I was saying, when you get neighbors that deliberately try to disrupt your peace or upset your quality of life, and then you be cordial about it and you let them know that they can't be doing that at this hour of night, and instead of taking accountability, they choose to continue do it even more, which doesn't make any sense. So Monday I'll be informing the council, literally, but enough is enough. It's funny how people that breach tenancy agreements, they don't say nothing to, but then the people that stick to the guidelines of wherever you live seem to get the most problems. It doesn't make any sense. It's literally everything's backwards. Literally everything's backwards. But it's coming into balance now. It's just wrong. So yeah, I'll just be making a report. Because it's funny how. Why do people do that? They have the whole day to have whatever heated conversations or play whatever music they want to play. Do you know what I mean? Even doing dumb shit like banging on the floor, knowing that you're above them. I mean, that they're below you. And it's always the same thing in exactly the same spot. Do you know what I mean? It's not like it's a thing where it's all over the property. No, it's just in one designated area. So clearly it's deliberate. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not tolerating it at all. So, Spirit, what are the collecting to know about the chakras? Let's get some wisdom from the chakras, shall we? Please and thank you. What's my collecting to know about the chakras at this moment? Oh, clearly, throat chakra. So I just heard there's power in the tongue. Right, so we've got the 5 of coins and the 9 of cups. So this is your throat chakra, which is the message. And then we got the sacral chakra, the emotional response. That's funny. Right, so we get should I get it for how many chakras you have? So let me get 5 more, Spirit, please, and thank you. Even out, just to see what comes out. I'm just curious. Let me just see what comes out. Oh, damn. Come on, Spirit, man. That's 3 so far. Ooh. Someone could be seeing 99, or someone may need to call 999. I don't know why that's coming out. Is someone in a dire straight situation? Hold on, let me get this one off the floor. The Hanged Woman. This is the origin. 2, 4. Can I get 3 more, please, Spirit? Okay, can I get... Let me get 1 more, please. Can I get 1 more card? Oh, thank you. Please tell me I got 1 of each. Please tell me I got 1 of each. No. Kind of. The only one we're missing is yellow. So we've got everything but the solar plex. Maybe that's fine, I don't know, but we shall see. So we've got the 5 of coins. I tell you what, let me put all the coins together. I don't know why I'm thinking of doing that. So we've got the 5 of coins with the Knight of Wands. Well, you know, wands is fire, isn't it? So we got the 5 of coins, the Knight of Wands, the King of Coins, 9 of Cups, 9 of Wands, Hanged Man, Princess of Cups. So let me just say this: the 5 of coins is blue. So that blue, I think blue represents your throat chakra. I think, yeah, blue represents your throat chakra. And it says, this is the card of moving on. So that means some of you may have closed cycles, maybe even multiple cycles. But anyway, your message is there are times when we must leave behind what we manifested, which at one time was what we desired. We can outgrow something and know that is no longer for our highest good, without it for us being bad. And it just says your indication is this card indicates reflecting on what you have created and perhaps offer a new way of seeing who you really are. So is someone having some type of identity crisis? That's unfortunate. You'll get through it. Don't give up. You'll get through it. Okay, the Knight of Wands. And this is the throat chakra. So maybe there's something you need to speak up about, something you need to say. And the Knight of Wands represents the card of daring change. The clearer your intentions, the more rapid the results. Changes in the air with a new love, job, or home. Indication, what you deem as out of the blue may have been an intention of yours for quite some time. That's like about taking risks and leaps of faith. That's a good thing. Maybe some of you thought that things that you was trying to build was never going to happen. Guess what is here? It's here. You should be proud of yourself. And the King of Coins is, hold on, let me see what chakra it is. It's your crown chakra. I can't remember. I think the color is violet because it's indigo darker than violet. All I know is that it's your is your crown chakra, and the 5 of coins with your throat chakra. The 5 of coins with the Knight of Wands. So that's something you got to speak up about or speak either into existence or speak to somebody or just speak up more in general. Okay. And the King of Coins is your crown chakra. Yeah, it's the king of ambitious goals. You may be further along than you think. Knowing what you wish to attain reveals the mile marker for the journey ahead. Indication. Universal forces are conspiring to fulfill your request. Financial contentment is on the horizon. If you have a fear of money, you will hide from it. So maybe someone needs to do a bit more reflecting. Just let go of fear in it. That's what I would suggest. I know it's easier said than done, but just keep reminding yourself you ain't got nothing to fear. And that will help. Right. The nines. We got the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Wands. And that is your sacral chakra. Let me see where it comes up on the thingy. Yeah, that's your sacral chakra. Right, let's do the 9 of Cups first. The card of the fulfilled wish. Be aware of any tendency to exaggerate your importance or use your accomplishments to prove your worth. This can reveal the need to work through the emotional deprivation of past wounding. Indication. This card indicates mastering the experience of joy and a fulfilling emotional connection with what has been created. 9 of Wands, the card of igniting your inner fire. Is some of you feeling inspired? That's good. That's good. Your message is pushing forward when it's time to stop and heal can create costly mistakes, first emotionally, then elsewhere. There will be a price paid in the future for a decision made in the present. You may have a fire to deal with before you can proceed. Will you burn through the obstacle or will you experience the burden it leaves? That's about people doing shit they shouldn't have been doing and thinking they're going to get the outcome that they wanted for and continuing, knowing full well shit was going left. So I'm sorry, but you have to reap what you've sown. There's not really much I can say about that. Okay, the Princess of Cups is your heart chakra. Didn't I just say about half an hour ago that some people need to forgive themselves? Exactly. This is what this card represents. It's green, by the way. It's your heart chakra. The card of self-forgiveness. Your message is, you are awakened, an offer is made. Your true desire may have been dormant, but it is now time to recognize that what is coming will reawaken your desires. Your indication is it's time to forgive yourself for loving others who hurt you. Ooh, that's heavy. Ooh, that's heavy. That's just like saying, like, forgiveness is not just a word. It's an action and an energy. And the Hanged Woman in this deck clarifies the fool pauses her future. Your message is the 6th chakra represents a time for intuitive knowing, to look and discern if this is your true intention or if you are trying to live out a dream that is not yours. What was I just saying? What was I just saying about people being jealous of other people for wherever they are in life, even though they may have more, and then wanting to take that from someone else? You can't do that. There will be consequences. No amount of money can pay for your security, period. You might be protected earthly by paying bribes and shit like that, but you're not protected spiritually. That's a fact. This is just confirming it. And you know exactly who you are too. If you are trying to live out a dream that is not yours, When struggle is put on pause and we relax into the unknown, we allow new ideas and family of origin agreements to be revealed. It is time for us to be certain our choices are our own. Your indication. As we follow the fool on her shadow journey, it becomes clear that we cannot proceed if our plans are made only to impress or help others. Obligations based on guilt keep us stuck. What was I just saying? And it came out in the cards. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. And it's just sad that people are like that. It's quite disappointing, in fact. But not to the point of for anybody to allow it to affect their existence. That's what they want. Do you know what I mean? So don't give it to them. Don't give it to them. Please don't give it to them. You know, everything is as what it seems. Okay? Sometimes you just have to just see it from a different perspective. And yeah. That was a lot, isn't it? This can be very enlightening, but at the same time quite draining. But yeah, that's all I'm going to share with that one. So thank you for all the hearts, or is it likes? I'm not sure what it is. But yeah, I appreciate it. So thank you, and I will be back soon.